Today, before we start with the regular content of the stream where we play Diablo 2 specifically, Amazon Melee on Players 8. It has to be offline, but you know, it's 8 players, so we get more loot, more experience, but all the enemies have 8 times more health. We are going to be reacting to Shoe0nHead's latest video where she criticizes female gooners. That's right. She's going to be criticizing female gooners. And it's going to be quite interesting. And I am quite looking forward to seeing what she has to say about the female gooners. All right, Shoe0nHead, take it away.
Oh, I
Hi.
didn't see you there.
Oh, you didn't
What am I
see
reading,
me?
you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now, with
Oh,
millions of sales and almost 20,000 five-star reviews.
That's a lot of 5-star reviews. That's a lot of sales. This book must be really good, and it must be really interesting for a lot of different types of people to read. Let's see what's it about.
This book has been absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or
Oh.
Booktok, as the kids call it.
Booktok has to be one of the most degenerate communities on the internet right now.
Thousands and thousands of women, in particular, have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course.
There's no way that's the title. Morning Glory Milking Farm?
A popular romance novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. No,
Of
I'm
course.
just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that.
Oh, right.
She gets a job jerking off monsters.
That's right, the Morning Glory.
Oh my god, dude. Why? Do they all look like this? Is this like a fucking polyamory thing where all of the fucking gooner women just look like this?
Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last
We're 2 for 2 right now.
night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time.
3 for 3.
It did not disappoint.
If this book is
Okay, well, she's attractive.
trash, then I am a fucking raccoon.
The voice gave it away. We're 4 for 4.
Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this because
What are your teeth, lady? Lady, your teeth, bro.
it is so good.
No. We're not gonna skim past this. Bro. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan.
Lisa needs braces.
Dental plan.
Lisa needs braces.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss.
I love the slow transformation that Shoe has gone on over the past like 10 something years, slowly going from libtard to tradcon. And all it took was getting a good husband
And that
and having a child.
epidemic is female gooners. Now, for those of
I do think it's really special how many women who read these types of books are so judgmental of men for engaging with pornography, right? And I don't even want to say really engage, more so like watch pornography, right? Like a lot of dudes use Pornhub, use like hentai sites and other like porn video sites and have OnlyFans. And the 99 percentile of guys who do this stuff are very private about it. They don't really talk about it that much, but you know, they boot up the website, they do what they got to do, and then they close the website and go back to their lives, right? It's not a hobby for them. And meanwhile, the last 1% that really engages with it and really do treat it as a hobby, they don't talk about it in public. They don't make it part of their online persona. They don't like proudly proclaim to the world that they are consuming this type of thing. Because it's fucking embarrassing, right? It's pathetic, right? Just because you're a woman, that doesn't change. It is still, in fact, disgusting for you to be proudly proclaiming that you engage in this type of content. It's ew, it's icky, it's ugh, you know?
If you unaware, gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels.
No. I'm pretty sure smut just refers to written porn, right? Smut is just like written pornography rather than a pornographic film.
Novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores.
Yes, and this is so fucking problematic because like this will be in like spitting distance of family-friendly novels. A fucking teenage child, like I was gonna say girl, but really child, because I can imagine a boy who is into romances would look at this and go, "Oh, this seems interesting." You know, I'm into dark stuff, and I kind of see myself as like a dark figure. So, you know, seeing a dark figure who is, you know, he's got like this pretty girl in his arms. Yeah, that's gonna make a teenage boy also kind of interested in maybe getting the book. It's like suddenly that's what we're looking at. A kid who can look at this and go, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll check that out," and not even know what they're getting into.
They proudly pose in front of their smut collections. They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shoe, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes. Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried
Yes, Shrew. Explain women to us menfolk.
to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay? You don't understand. It's okay when we do it.
Right. And that's the thing, right? It's like this consistent movement that when women do it, somehow it's perfectly okay. Women are allowed to be gooners. When a woman posts, like, fucking, mommy, sorry, below a picture of another woman, it's okay, it's quirky, it's fun, even if she is a lesbian. But when a man does it, it's creepy and ugh, please don't do this. Ugh, you're so weird. Ugh. Right? It's like this level of hypocrisy. The hypocrisy really is the worst part about it.
So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take
Oh, I didn't even know we were gonna get into spicy stuff like that. Oh,
a
okay.
break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those political things aren't
We're about to get some sponsors, right?
important, trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So
there's
before
the
we get into
sponsor.
this video, let's quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is a website and an app that gives readers an easy way to read news from all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a quick visual breakdown of political bias that helps you understand the full story and makes sure you're getting both sides. One of my favorite features on Ground News is the blind spot feature, which shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political aisle and
Interesting. So that's cool. Yeah, it literally tells you how much of the coverage is on each side. That's neat. That's neat.
ignored by the other. For example, here's a story about how Gavin Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize.
How would that even work?
Pretty cool. Rare Newsom W.
Yeah.
12 news sources covered this, 7 were left-wing and 0 were right-wing.
Well, yeah, because it's not like that. It's not that important for rightoids because rightoids don't like Newsom.
Because the right is covering a far more important topic,
Which is?
Harvard hires drag performer Lahore Vagistan as a visiting professor.
Arguably, I do agree. This is a more relevant topic. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would not be happy if I'm paying Harvard tuition money and fucking Lahore Vagistan is, you know, giving lectures to my kid.
21 news sources covered this, 20 were right-wing, 1 was left-wing. A country divided, truly.
Yeah.
Ground News also makes it very easy to compare headlines, so you could see how political bias completely reframes a story. For example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes.
Because they're funny. Straight up, they're hilarious.
And the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed.
Yeah.
And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes.
Oh, they're just mad. They're just mad.
Wildly different vibes going on here.
Literally
I've been
just
using
mad.
Ground News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to, like, when I wake up. I, like, check Twitter, and then I check Ground News, like, immediately. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. And it's only $5 a month, which is, like, basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to ground.
Honestly, though, imagine paying $5 for coffee. That's insane, right? That is insane. $5 coffee. Bro, you guys are getting robbed in America. Like, straight up. If you're an American and you're paying $5 for coffee, you're getting robbed. You're a victim. You're a fucking victim. I'm sorry, but goddamn.
News/shoe, or use the QR code here on screen, or use the link in the video description. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right? So let's get back to the video.
Jesus.
Booktok is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed
It is absolutely not about books. It is about goonerism.
the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop. Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn.
Yes.
It means porn.
means
Spice
porn.
level is very important to booktalkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. And the spiciest book going viral on Booktok lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta.
That's such a stupid ass name. Also, why do all the covers look like that? It's always a tiny woman like this, or like this, or like this, and a big ass dude like this, or this, or this. And it's always like some big ass fucking monster man. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? How about, have you considered having sex with a human? No?
Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial.
Violet. Ugh. Fucking non-binary name.
Mid-20s, overeducated,
And I have no fucking problem with somebody who identifies as non-binary. It's just the name. Why do they always come up with these goofy-ass names?
and drowning in debt. Oh my god! She's
Just
stuff
like
like
my
me!
knee,
On the
for
verge
real,
of
for
moving into
real.
her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands.
Oh, God.
Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. With the manly, meaty endowments to. Okay.
Morning Glory.
Coward! Finish reading it! The manly, meaty endowments to match. Milking minotaurs isn't something Violet ever considered as a career option, but she's determined to turn the opportunity into a reversal of fortune. Ooh. God
With the
damn.
manly, meaty endowments to. Okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism
Oh, shut the fuck up, it's porn.
and toxic masculinity.
Toxic yeah. Shut the fuck up.
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
Oh god, bro, shut the fuck up. There's no way that person is being genuine. That's a parody. That's a parody. There is no way that's genuine. No, I don't believe it. There's no way! There's no way you could sit down and genuinely say that a book about a whore jacking off minotaurs is a critique of capitalism. Shut the fuck up.
This is every fucking BreadTube video to me, dude. This is
God.
every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So
Which one's the 19th? Which one's the 19th Amendment? Hold on, I gotta look something up. Okay, that's funny.
like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at
Jucking
Big
off-
Pharma in
Jacking off horses, basically, except instead of horses, it's bulls, and instead of bulls, it's, giant men with bull heads.
Narnia, where they harvest minotaur
Come.
milk to make Viagra for human males.
No shot! You're telling me that humans in this setting literally eat monster cum for their dicks to work. That is insane.
And I read the whole thing. Probably gonna be put on some kind of
freak.
watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here
right.
like selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more
She's an attractive woman, and now that she's angered the leftoids, they would absolutely all buy her OnlyFans just to show how much of a whore she is. Right? Like, absolutely they would do that.
more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes
If she did that.
I wrote. Let's see. Far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote,
Oh boy.
the seam of his sack. So I'm reading.
Why are you looking at it that closely, woman? The fuck?
Reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has like a human head, right? He probably like
No, he has a bull head. That's what a minotaur is. A minotaur is a humanoid, a giant humanoid. Like these dudes are meant to be 10 to 14 feet tall. At least 10 feet, like at least very large for a human, right? And then their head is that of a bull. Sometimes they have normal feet, sometimes they have bull feet. But yeah, like. Thank you for that contribution.
looks something like this, like, you know, just a dude.
No fucking
with like horns. Then I see the official artwork.
Oh my god.
That's a cow.
Yes.
Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few parts, they're being intimate, and it would be like, his hooves clip clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At
His
one
hooves. He's a fucking cow man.
point, she describes kissing him.
Ew. He probably has cow breath.
And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow.
Yes!
I mean, we are at a solid
Non-humanoid creature.
5.5 on the Barbeau scale here.
Oh my god, dude.
This is dangerous territory, folks. She also
Oh boy.
f***ers his ass. She
Why is this such a thing that you see in so much smut that's like aimed at women? This idea that dudes are into having fingers up their ass. That's not a thing. That's not a fucking thing. Most guys don't want shit going up their butt. They want shit coming out of their butt, because that's what that hole is meant for.
the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway.
I'm pretty sure that sells very well. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. A pretty girl who is eloquent and well-spoken, saying the word fuck.
I like how in this fantasy world, student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine
The
a
answer is
world
yes.
with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans.
I mean, well, that's the thing, right? Like, I always find that that's like a bit of a maliciously and purposefully non-comprehensive way to look at things, right? Because at the end of the day, things are going to be roughly the same. Like, if there's magic, right? And you can just heal somebody with a spell, like, right? A low-level spell can heal a gash. Like, if you cut yourself deeply, you can heal that. Realistically, in that setting, you're not going to have people that can't walk because of a spinal injury. Because you're just going to use magic and you're going to heal that. And now you don't have to worry about that spinal injury anymore because you've healed it, right? Your spine is fixed. The vast majority of spinal injuries are rather superficial. The problem is the spine is a very sensitive structure, so any damage to it will immediately result in massive repercussions. But if you have magic that can do deep tissue, the equivalent of deep tissue surgery without any of the complications of surgery, and you literally just put your hands on somebody and you heal whatever injury, is in the rough area of where you put your hands, that's going to take care of 90% of problems. If you look at something like the Forgotten Realms, D&D, they have better medicine than we do. Because a village with one priest probably doesn't have a single person dying of sickness. Because, hey, this guy, he's sick. Oh, okay. Level 2 spell. Problem solved. Lesser restoration. It's done. It's whew! Problem solved, right? You don't have to worry about sickness. You don't have to worry about, like, minor injury. If somebody falls off a plow and breaks their neck, yeah, they're dead. But if they just fall and break their arm, they take him to the priest, cures it. The arm probably needs a little bit to fully recover, low-level magic and all. But, it's probably going to be fine within a day or two. Depends on the magic, though. If that kind of magic is strong, then yeah, but Cure Wounds won't heal a severed spine. It won't heal a severed spine, but it'll heal a fracture. It'll heal a fracture, almost certainly. You just have to look at, like, the extent of the wounds that we know from, like, books and story and stuff like that. We know that Cure Wounds can and will heal these things. So, realistically, we can expect it to heal things of similar degree, right? And there are cases in books of, like, somebody who has had, like, their arm torn open, and a Cure Wounds spell heals that. Seals that completely. Somebody who is covered head to toe in burns gets hit with a Cure Wound, and third-degree burns vanish, right? So yeah, if you fall and you hit your spine on a curb and that causes a fracture, a cure wounds will cure that. Because that is the degree. It's not that big of an injury. It just has massive repercussions. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely, it depends on the wound. If somebody fucking rips out your spine, you're probably going to need something a little bit more than a cure wounds, right? Or if the whole thing gets shattered, you're probably going to need more than just a cure wounds. But realistically, cure wounds will take care of 99% of problems. Literally, if your village of 300 people has one priest that is capable of casting cure wounds 4 times a day and lesser restoration 3 times a day, not a single person there has ever died of illness. Guaranteed.
Sad. Oh, and he has one of those bull rings.
But at the same time, it's very believable that if you want to go to, the mage college to learn magic, you're gonna have to, get a little bit indebted. You're gonna get a little bit of student loans. That's all I'm saying. We got kind of sidetracked here, but that's because I'm a fucking fantasy nut.
Like the nose ring theory septum rings.
Oh my god, I just realized. Oh yeah, she didn't have it before. She put it on for this. Okay, yeah, she cheated. She cheated.
And in this world, that means, like, you're married.
Wait! Why are all of these fucking women's fantasies about cheating?
But apparently he's divorced.
Oh, okay.
The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to
She
you.
went on a date with the cow man.
When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not
Oh, come on. Give us a real Minotaur voice. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. Like, type shit, you know?
happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in
What kind of feminist are you?
mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay
Wait. I need to know this one. The cow person has a job?
her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself. She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tinsley. She had come prepared that
Who
night.
the fuck is Carson Tinsley? What is this goofy ass name? He sounds like this. He sounds like he talks like this. You know fucking Eugene from Dexter's Laboratory? That's what Carson Tinsley sounds like.
Several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her. The heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders. But you hold
Bro, this is some peak feminine literature, dude. Nobody talks like this.
all the cards. Your comfort is
Nobody talks like this. Actually, no, that's a misnomer. Some people talk like this. Abusive motherfuckers that want you to think you have a choice.
the only thing that counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story.
If you say this to a woman in real life, you're not getting a second date, you're getting a restraining order.
She was she was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an
Bro, women yearn to be property. Like, I swear to God, that's what this makes. Like, what the who wrote this?
open mouth without
C.M. Mascosta? Is that the author? Yeah, bestseller. C.M. Mascosta. Is that a fucking person's name, or is that one of those, like, fake names that people who write smut use? Yep, it's apparently a woman. Kind of looks like Gina Carano, at least just from the picture I'm looking at, but, like, guaranteed this person... Okay, yeah, this... I don't think that's the same person. Okay, I've seen like 3 or 4 different pictures. I don't know who it is, but bro, you do not believe in women's rights if you write like this.
a shred of hesitation.
God
Inside
damn.
every woman, there are 2 wolves. or 2 bowls. The
Oh
strong
god, no.
independent girl boss and the submissive doting housewife. And in the
Yes.
presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal,
Country girls make do.
she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time.
Oh god, dude. Oh my god. Like, are there any like normal women who read this shit?
But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone, so when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up aisle 5.
Oh god. With her size, I'm pretty sure it's gonna splash to 4 and 6 too.
So that's what I thought of it. But what did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings and a 3.6 on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings. Let's just read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out. A milking good time. Sweet and creamy. The spice is spicing. I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just going to be porn.
It is just porn!
The plot is pretty good.
No, it's not!
The plot? Please. This is like the new I read Playboy for the articles.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
sure you
for
do.
real,
This
for
book
real.
could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars. I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star. Not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter.
Very fair. Very, very fair.
1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lesai. Why can't human males be
What the fuck? You're an animal. This animal. Straight up animal.
mom as a joke gift for Christmas? You what? Lesai. Why can't human males be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never want to hear from another person about how they read a
I was about to ask, how do you know how long it is? I think it's just outright stated. I think there's like at least one scene where she puts it up against her forearm just to measure it. And it's bigger than her forearm.
100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming. Well,
Yes.
Ronald, man detected, this isn't
Oh,
for
my
you.
bad.
This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next.
What?
If this is what freedom looks like,
Bring back the Nazis? Is that what she's about to say?
I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know
Okay. Not as bad as I expected her to go, but still, goddamn woman. Let the weirdos read their smut. Judge them, but let them read their smut.
is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic.
If he takes away the monster porn, I think we're looking at like at least 8 more years.
Okay? Bullcock look like a picnic.
Oh my
okay?
god.
Bullcock matters. Oh my god. Edit that out.
It's not getting edited out.
Editor, edit that out.
No.
Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse?
Oh my god. Animal Farm, for those who don't know, is I guess it's a metaphor for communism and how it's doomed to fail.
Some of you people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations.
Oh my god. Yes. Yeah. If you buy a fucking, toilet bowl or whatever, like the fucking U thing The fucking ultramarine symbol that goes on top of the fucking toilet. It just immediately starts recommending you more. No, I'm not fucking collecting them, Amazon. I just needed one.
Recommendations. Would you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend.
Of course the demon's black.
That time I got drunk and saved a demon, gentling the beast.
Why? Wait. I was making a comment about the author being racist. Jessica
Accidentally
Cage on
summoned a
this one.
demon boyfriend. That time.
By the way, all of these are like exact same format. These are like peak level slop. It's always author name at the top, attractive dude, mid-looking woman, and then the title is way too fucking long. And it's always like that time where I had my guts rearranged by Cthulhu type shit. It's always the same shit. This is literally printed slop.
I got drunk and saved a demon.
But yeah, like I was making a joke about the author being racist for, you know, making the demon dark skinned. But like this one's also a demon. He's also dark skinned, but he also appears a little Asian. So you know, maybe it's just like the author's poorly disguised fetish. Although now that I think about it, probably not disguised at all.
Gentling the beast. Cupcakes for my orc enemy.
Why are you making cupcakes for your enemy? Also, god damn that size difference.
Main of my existence.
That's a good title. Main of my existence is a good title. I will give you that one.
The gargoyle and the spinster.
Good title as well.
The widow and the orc.
Straight up porn. The widow and the orcs. Crazy work. I kind of want to read this one.
Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Made.
The gator? That's like, I'm sorry. If alligator people are real, I guarantee you're not allowed to call them gators. I guarantee you're not allowed to call them gators. That's a slur.
To the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear. The billionaire orc.
That is not a billionaire.
Moth manager.
Moth man.
Wolves and whipped cream. The wolf in my tavern. Pounded by.
What? A veggie love tale? Bro, I'm never gonna look at Veggie Tales the same again.
Produce. What? Are these the books the Nazis burned?
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature. So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Oh my god, no.
It's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and...
Bro, just read some R.A. Salvatore. Just read some of the Tales of Drizzt. Just read that, you know? Just read Son of Odin. You know, if you're like really low reading comprehension, which, you know, if the rest of the book is like that excerpt that Shoe read, I can't even fucking speak right now. Just read Son of Odin. It's written by a 15-year-old. It's meant for, you know, like low reading comprehension people. It's very simple. You're gonna enjoy it. It's good. It's cool. You're gonna like it. And in the sequel, the main character's a minotaur too. You could also read Werewolf. It's good. It's good fantasy. It's got werewolves too, and you can fantasize about it. But you know, the story actually has some intrigue to it and some proper fucking character development that isn't just fetishes.
A special type of milking.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washing machine again. Women on TikTok are openly, proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it.
Of course they're getting mad. Women aren't used to getting fucking shamed for their sexuality. I'm gonna let that sit for like a couple seconds just so you can understand that I'm being sarcastic.
Hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books.
Romantasy? Shut the fuck up. It's porn. It's porn. It's porn, bro. Description of sex. It's porn. You're jerking off to the book. It's okay. It's smut. Stop making up names. Stop being a fucking coward. Because that's what people are making fun of. Nobody's making fun of you for just the porn. People are making fun of you because you're pretending like there's more to it.
Like A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, Booktok has become
Nobody's clutching their pearls. They're making fun of you.
full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90% of men between the ages 16 and 73 watch porn in any random month.
I need to verify that statistic. How many men over the age of 17 have watched porn? (82, 90% in Australia. 73% of teens responded age 13 to 17 have watched pornography online. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, 90%, yeah, fair.
There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. They're
not shocked at the sex. They're making fun of you. That's it. We're not pearl clutching. We're making fun of you. That's it. It's a simple thing. Like, this idea that, like, oh, you're just mad. No, I'm laughing at you.
Gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire, scenes that depict women coming first and frequently. And what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine," but his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine
having hobbies that aren't just about sexualization. Imagine. Could not be me.
Of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. And it's mockable.
Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's funny. If that makes me a sexist and misogynist, you got me. To act like you are so different and above the other gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latina.
She's worse because she thinks that she's better.
In Space 12. You're sitting there all high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed. The scenes these men are reading, to many people, myself included, are insanely sexy, but
no, because you wouldn't be into that in real life. That's the thing. You wouldn't be into that in real life. If some guy talked to you like that, you would not be swooned. You would call the cops.
Purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many
lies, straight fucking lies.
Many of the comments on these videos point out, there's much wilder stuff out there.
That's not a good thing.
For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered knotting, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do. Oh, you just don't get it.
Yeah, you just don't get it. I just want to have sex with dogs. Actual white woman moment.
You don't know what knotting is. What are these women reading, bro? What happened to that, like, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy? What happened?
And then cheating on your fiance or husband. Don't forget that part, because that part's very important about these Hallmark movies. It's always about cheating. That's the thing. These Hallmark movies are always about cheating.
We used to make fun of that.
We still do.
We truly did not know what we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls.
Yeah.
I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionary sex through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the shit the average woman on TikTok is reading.
Did she just say through a bedsheet? People do sex through the bedsheet? That sounds so unenjoyable. What the fuck?
At least Christian Grey was a human man and not a fucking dog,
He was a psychopath. And that's important.
fantasize about dating
The monster was on the inside of her.
the quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like, going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled
Fucking
up by
a
the fire in a
minotaur.
blanket, reading a book. Except that book is about f***ing a half-man, half-bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet, nerdy girl is way more of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close.
It's not even close. Nerds are not unpopular because the popular kids are mean. Nerds are unpopular because they're fucking weirdos.
The average
I say this having been one.
hoe might have a body
Still being one, let's be honest.
count of like 15 or so, but the quiet nerdy girl, kidding
What?
me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 bodies.
That would count as, like, straight up. If given the opportunity, nerdy girls would hit triple digits in a week.
Now listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's nothing wrong with roleplay. You know, fiction is fiction, right? You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow.
Or will they?
Or at least I hope not. We all know there is a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy in?
Are we really going to pretend like there isn't a problem with white women fucking their dogs?
To reality? Well, you get Sinners and Stardust.
You hire a bunch of strippers, dress them up as male strippers, you know, because these are all women, and they're all unattractive, bro. There's not a fucking hot one in the bunch. It's like going to KFC, getting one of those boxes that's meant to be like hot wings and just like pieces, and all you get is pieces. But like you just hire a bunch of male strippers, dress them up in monster costumes, and then surround them by, you know, 4s and 5s.
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners and Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe, if you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you.
Oh boy.
Alright y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my
So all
good
of us
friend
got it.
Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend, he attended Sinners and Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent? Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants or touch his dick? Hello? Do we think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this? Furthermore, do we think it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and you know that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away? And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room. They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety, and then they put a f***ing tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel. This poor guy dressed like
So I looked him up on Instagram, and yeah, he's a moderately attractive, dark fantasy like band guy. He's just a fucking band dude. He's playing up to his audience, and now he realized that his audience is a bunch of fucking freaks. It is what it is, bro. You gotta be careful with this shit. You can't, yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta be careful.
like a character in one of the romantasy books at this.
And by the way, like, this isn't me saying that women are the only ones who do this. Like, if an OnlyFans girl or a female streamer, because that's really what we're talking about here, were to do a show where she incentivized her male viewers to be this way, guarantee she's not getting out of there. Guaranteed, right? If fucking Amaranth did a get together with all of her fans and it's this party where everybody's drinking, all of their, vices and worst impulses are being incentivized, and then she lets herself get surrounded, we're never seeing her again. I'm not even going to pretend otherwise. Amaranth would just be gone. But to pretend that women are any better is stupid, and this proves it.
Romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves. Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef.
Bro, that is the worst fucking analogy. Why? Why would you say that too?
I remember years ago, there was this thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically, it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back, because these women—
Well, that's the problem, right? It was directed at men because it was in men's mostly space, right? This is a women's only space, so clearly the rules are different.
Women did not get the memo. I've been a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly, I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like,
Really?
me and my buddies are—
Really? You can't believe that the rape fantasy crowd has a rape fantasy. Really? This is what this is what has you cooked out. This is the thing that has you going, oh, no way! Oh. The people who are into consensual non-consent are into non-consent.
Our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy.
No, the fuck you're not. Let's not even play that game. We're not playing this game. We know what y'all furries have done. Alright? This was an isolated incident. We're not gonna sit here and pretend like furries didn't kill an entire hotel chain that one time. We're not sitting here and doing this. No. Furries are just as bad.
Get your shit
If not
together,
worse.
y'all. When the furries are calling you out for being freaks, you need to reflect. Something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this Booktok convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple
Makes sense.
women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter—
Grew up multiple times at the ball. I was dragged away from my friends, and no matter how many times I said no, my words did nothing. As soon as I left, I couldn't stop crying. Please, yeah. Yep.
matter how many times she said no, quote, my word—
There's a reason that when you look at like porn industry events and stuff like that, it's always very respectful. It's always very professional. If a fan appears there, you're wearing a suit. You're being respectful. There's security. If you put hands on one of the girls that doesn't want your hands put on her, you're getting escorted out, and then we're beating your ass in the back, like straight up. We're dragging you to a back alley, beating your ass, and throwing you in a dumpster. That's like, there's no negotiation involved here. Control yourself or be controlled.
Words did nothing. May I remind you, this is a book convention, okay? For books.
No, it's a porn convention for porn. It's written porn, but it's still porn, and you're incentivizing it. And that's why people are behaving this way. They're getting drunk, they're looking at people they think are attractive, they believe that because they have imagined all of these things in their brains and fantasize all this stuff, there's an inherent form of consent involved, and so they immediately put hands on it. It's why Jessica Negri barely appears at conventions anymore. It's why fucking Jenilyn Miari can't show up to conventions without 3 people surrounding her and has to be fucking careful no matter what. Same with Amaranth, same with all of these people, right? Like, you have to be so fucking careful when dealing with people who jerk off to you as a hobby, because they will convince themselves that by virtue of you of posting pictures that they used for, your sexual titillation, you've already consented, right? A lot of people really forget that throughout the entirety of human history, sexual assault was just kind of the way things went. Even here in the West, it's a very recent thing. Only like 500 years ago did we really stop letting that happen. And only in the past 100, maybe 200 years did we actually start punishing people for it, right? It's a very ingrained thing in human psychology that if you get drunk and you're looking at someone you like and you feel in some way that you already have some amount of consent, you're gonna go for it, right? It's problematic, yes. It's also a thing you have to be careful with when you're doing these types of events. Oh, accident double click.
Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this.
Well, yes, because they understand what they're dealing with. The problem with these book talk events is that they're looking at it like it's a book club event when it's not. It's a porn event, and you have to treat it as such. You have to understand what part of the brain you're actually poking at if you're going to be safe. You can't address a problem if you refuse to, say what the problem is.
There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her. Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image to spite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels, because one is a video of two people actually having real sex, and the other is, well, just words on paper. I am, however, talking about the effect on—
I mean, if they have the exact same purpose and they are made for, the exact same thing, I feel like they are kind of the same thing, no?
The consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad?
I mean, it's more than proven that exclusively watching porn and, doing it a ton of times, yeah, that's been more than proven, yeah. But the same extends to the books, because the problem isn't the porn itself. The problem is just masturbating that much, right?
You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase. Is reading smut harmful?
Yeah.
Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful? In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality should be shamed, pedophilia should be shamed. I'm not equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50—
You should. You should. That fucking Minotaur book was absolutely a bestiality fantasy. Right? If you're always talking about the fucking guy's hooves and his fur and how big and slimy his mouth was, like a cow, and his horns and all that shit, yeah, that's a bestiality fantasy. Monster smut 90% of the time is fantasizing about bestiality, except, the animal can think and looks human-esque in some ways, right?
shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful. Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Women are cooked.
These women are cooked, yes.
They're frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You start watching Shoe0nHead, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right?
Yeah, you're hailing Hitler by, getting married and having kids.
The alt-right pipeline. And this one's you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular?
Because they can't get with real men, and so they convince themselves that they don't want real men.
You rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just a girl with cat ears and fangs, or a 10-foot tall dommy mommy vampire.
I'm gonna be controversial here. Lady Dimitrescu is not attractive. Her daughters are attractive. Lady Dimitrescu is not attractive. Her face is ugly. She, in terms of like her proportions, she is much less attractive than what people pretend her to be. Almost every single time that somebody draws sexy fan art of her, she is either thinner, more muscular, or has a prettier face. Actually, the prettier face is every single time. Lady Dimitrescu, as she is presented, is not attractive.
With giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So
No, you don't. No, you don't. It's a pollution monster. It stinks. It's slimy. It's disgusting. No, you don't.
So people on Reddit,
and if you do, you're a fucking weirdo,
asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons. One, human men are quite often terrible.
So you'd rather fuck a werewolf that is going to kill and eat you.
Romance books with human men are already partly fantasy, but monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. Two, it's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now, lol. Three, unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks. Scary, mean, terrifying creature is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc.
So like a man.
Maximal escape.
And by the way, like I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, you know, the teratophilia, I think it's called, which is, you know, liking monsters. Yeah, sexual attraction to monsters. Yeah, it's very common amongst lesbians because they look at it and it's exactly what this other girl described, right? Scary, mean, terrifying creature, sweet to her, kind, takes care of her. Like, he could overpower her and all that stuff. Like, not to burst your bubble, but that kind of does describe men in a lot of ways, right? Like, a man can overpower you if you're a woman. A man is stronger than you. A man is faster than you. A man is, you know, scary. But if they like you, they're going to be sweet to you. If it's a good man, of course, right? They're going to protect you. They're going to work hard to be gentle to you. They're going to be kind. They're going to take care of you. All of this stuff, right? So really, teratophilia is just lesbians in denial. I'm not going to lie.
Her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc. Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating.
Yeah, sure, for real, for real.
Actual men. As a fat woman of color.
No one wants you, got it.
Modern
That's it, right? Fat woman of color, guaranteed that her being a woman of color has nothing to do with it. She's just fat and ugly. And so nobody wants her. And that's it. That's it. Nobody wants her, so she convinces herself that she doesn't want them back. And so instead she wants the ugly monsters and aliens that nobody else would want either.
Contemporary and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic. And romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women / women of color.
It's got nothing to do with you being, you know, a woman of color. You're probably just ugly. Both on the inside and outside, because half the time, if you're victimizing yourself this much, it's... yeah.
In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it.
Be easier to go to the gym.
I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen. Unique genitalia. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. A lot
Mental derangement.
of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have the
I fucking hate when motherfuckers whisper into their mics like that. Like, I don't know. I know I'm like, everybody that I've talked to about this says I'm weird. If I hear that shit in my fucking ear, immediately pissing me off.
those like dominant masculine traits that women like so much.
I don't know, maybe I'm
but
autistic.
they're not human men.
Maybe my mom took Tylenol when she was pregnant with me, and so now I hate it when bitches whisper in my ear. Sorry, show, but like,
They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring, without being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man. They want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe.
Well, no, they want to tame a wild dominant animal.
With a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk to her. With many women, there's this desire for like danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me.
So could your, male human boyfriend. Like, I understand where you're getting at, but I need you to understand, so could your male human boyfriend.
But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair, where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like,
to be needed.
You want to rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy.
Yeah, it's almost like for a million years, the traits of the men were made for the traits of the women. And now we're pretending like somehow these are meant to mismatch and not go together. But I say we, internet people are doing that. Real people are just, going about their lives normally, having jobs and shit. God, I wish that was me.
It's a tale as old as time, the princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon, and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something, I don't know. Maybe it's—
Can the knight give, like, comment? Like, from the sidelines? Like, give comments and stuff? Like, no? Okay. Okay.
It's not that deep. There are some hungers.
Haha, deep.
Better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur p***ness. Yeah, that's the moral of
I don't
this
think that's
video.
gonna happen.
So what do you guys think?
Why is she wearing the fucking cow pajamas?
What is your theory? Why is the monster romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already.
That is a fish. That is a fish. Shoo, that's a fish. Also, what do you mean you don't want to hear no Lola Bunny? Why are you fucking negating people's kinks? Like, what is this? Like, now we're kink shaming?
It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy, okay? He has
The energy. The fish energy.
a vibe.
Uh-huh.
You know what, never mind. And I will see you guys again really soon with a new video. Bye!
Okay. Overall, really good video. Shoe0nHead always puts out bangers. I don't think there's a single video of her that is bad. I wish she would upload more often, but I understand why she doesn't. Because she puts a lot of work into each of her videos. But I did not know that the Booktok smut train in fact had no brakes whatsoever. I did not know this. But with all that being said, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Hop onto the stream if you would like to do that. I stream on YouTube and on Twitch. And now we're going to go play some Diablo. You, however, can go do whatever you want. Bye.